this the best example of just trusting the process and it keeps putting you up there time after time?
I guess so. I think I'm playing really good golf, and like I said, I think the easiest thing, or maybe I don't know whether it's expected, but obviously when you've had a couple of disappointments or you've been close and it's not quite happened, and there's things like that, you know, I think it's obviously you want to make the most of when you're playing well, and just because I guess things haven't worked out for me before doesn't mean they won't work out this week or next week or whenever that may be. But I always say, best possible scenario, you put yourself in contention, you play well, you put yourself in contention, and you go from there. So I guess so, yeah, just sticking to the process. I think I'm doing a lot of things well, and just happy that I've got off to a great start in another tournament, and I'm there again.
Do you believe if you keep banging the door, it'll break down? Is that how you think?
Yeah, 100%. And I think all I can do is keep learning from the things that I might have got right. You know, I've actually, like I say, I feel like I've done a lot of very, very good things, and a couple of things I've got wrong or haven't gone my way right at the very end of the tournaments. But, you know, I know this weekend scoring's obviously going to be very good, so I have to go out there and, like, the scoring's really good, but the course actually isn't easy. You've got to play well, so I know that I need to just go out for the next 36 holes. I mean, not even thinking about 36. I've got to start tomorrow first, but just keep describing my golf shots, keep committing to my golf shots, keep hitting them, and hopefully play well. But you know, the more you're there, the more you are comfortable in those situations and comfortable in that scenario, and I'm just really excited to go again.
It's well known that you're still looking for your first win on the PGA Tour. Could you ever have imagined that the first one might be this one?
Well, it would be cool, yeah. No, I probably never thought about it. The change in format means, yeah, I could end up winning the FedEx Cup. But no, you know, I every tournament we play, I would picture myself winning it. So I would say this is just another one of those. Obviously, it's a very coveted one and a very big one. But yeah, I always sort of feel like I imagine winning every tournament, and this is just another one of those. So.
Tommy, what is the one thing this course in these conditions asked of you?
Well, I think the scoring's amazing. I mean, not everybody's under par, right? And I think, again, it just shows...
One person, yeah.
Who is anybody?
Is everyone under par? Someone else.
I don't know. I might be doing your kind of research there, Doug. But it's playing soft, but I still just think it's... If you hit it well off the tee, especially the way it's playing now, we've been playing preferred lies, you're going to have a lot of chances for birdie because you've got a lot of approach shots from not that far. So there is that, but there's enough demanding shots. I think if you start losing it a little bit off the tee and you're in the rough, it obviously becomes a lot more difficult to score. So I think guys have played very well around the golf course so far, really. I think the scoring has been probably a little bit of a surprise just with how the practice rounds were playing, but I think... Yeah, there's certain holes. I mean, the first, incredibly hard start. First is a tough start. You have a few holes like that, but then there are scoreable holes. So if you're driving it well off the tee, you're going to have some wedges in your hand, short irons, and you're going to have a chance to score.
They were supposed to set it up harder this year, the idea more risk reward. And I know you brought up the soft for lies, but is there also any part of you that kind of anticipated a little bit more of a stiff test?
Not really. I thought it was tough in practice. I found it very difficult to get the ball near the holes in practice, and the pins obviously in a practice round are kind of in the middle of the greens. So I think it was just playing. It was playing a lot firmer, and I do think the soft conditions making the fairways that bit more forgiving, knowing that we're obviously we can clean the ball in the fairway, so you've got a nice dry, clean ball. I do think that probably makes a huge difference, but I also just think guys are very, very good at golf. I don't really include myself in that, to be honest. I just like playing and keeping going. But I think it's probably surprising that the scoring's been as low. But yeah, when you add it all together, softness, playing preferred lies, receptive greens, I think it obviously all adds up. And the greens are perfect as well. They're great greens the whole putt's on.
Is there a commonality, something you feel like you've done especially well the last 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks?
Well, I think that generally for the most part of your life playing golf, when something's good, something else isn't quite on, and it's kind of frustrating that way. And I think I've just been very consistent throughout, like, my entire game. I have drove the ball really, really well, but I've putted well as well. I just think I've played very, very consistently throughout the board, and yeah, you go through phases. Like sometimes you just rack up scores, and sometimes you feel like you're playing great and you can't quite shoot the scores that you think. So I don't know. I'm enjoying this run that I'm on, and I'm enjoying how well I have played so far. And yeah, I'd like to keep that going. Just trying to stay as consistent as possible, sticking to the things that I know are working. I have a great team around me, and you know, I kind of think, you know, whether I'm playing good or bad, I just try and keep doing the right things and enjoy it.
Weird one here, but have you had a lot of mud on your ball that you've cleaned off?
Oh, out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it would be unfair if we were playing the ball as it lies, just with the softness and the mud that's been on the ball. Yeah.
This place would be lit up if they didn't play it that way. In other words.
I have a feeling it might have been.
Thanks, Tom.